5 seconds to go. Start. Honorable Speaker Sir, under Inclusive Development for Aspirational India, I will cover agriculture and allied sectors, farmers' welfare, and rural India, migrant workers and labor, and financial inclusion. Our government is committed to the welfare of farmers. The MSP regime has undergone a sea change to assure price that is at least 1.5 times the cost of production across all commodities. The procurement has also continued to increase at a steady pace. This has resulted in increase in payment to farmers substantially. In case of wheat, the total amount paid to farmers in 2013-2014 was rupees 33,000 crores. In 2019-2020, it was rupees 62,000 crores, and even better, in 2020-2021, this amount paid to farmers was rupees 75,000 crores. The number of wheat growing farmers that were benefited increased in 2020-21 to 43.36 lakhs as compared to 35.57 lakhs in 2019-20. For paddy, the amount paid in 2013-14 was rupees 63,000 crores. In 2019-2020, this increased to rupees 1 lakh 41,000 crores. Even better, in 2020-2021, this is further estimated to increase to rupees 1 lakh 72,000 crores. The number of farmers benefited increased from 1.24 crores in 2019-20 to 1.54 crores in 2020-21. Early this year, Honorable Prime Minister had launched Swamitwa scheme. Under this, a record of rights is being given to property owners in villages. Up till now, about 1.80 lakh property owners in 1241 villages have been provided cards. I now propose during financial year 2021-22 to extend this to cover all states and UTs to provide adequate credit to our farmers. I have enhanced the agricultural credit target to rupees 16.5 lakh crores in FY 22. We will focus on ensuring increased credit flows to animal husbandry, dairy, and fisheries. We are enhancing the allocation to the Rural Infrastructure Development Fund from rupees 30,000 crores to rupees 40,000 crores. The Micro Irrigation Fund, with a corpus of rupees 5,000 crores, has been created under NABARD. I propose to double it by augmenting it by another rupees 5,000 crores to boost value addition in agriculture and allied products and their exports. The scope of Operation Green Scheme, that is presently applicable to tomatoes, onions, and potatoes, will be enlarged to include 22 perishable products. Around 1.68 crores farmers are registered and rupees 1.14 lakh crores of trade value has been carried out through eNAM, keeping in view the transparency and competitiveness that eNAM has brought into the agricultural market. 1,000 more mandis will be integrated with eNAM. The Agriculture Infrastructure Fund would be made available to APMCs for augmenting their infrastructure facilities. I am proposing substantial investments in the development of modern fishing harbors and fish landing centers. To start with, five major fishing harbors: Kochi, Chennai, Vishakhapatnam, Paradeep, and Petwa Ghat will be developed as hubs of economic activity. We will also develop inland fishing harbors and fish landing centers along the banks of rivers and waterways. Seaweed farming is an emerging sector with potential to transform the lives of coastal communities. It will provide large scale employment and additional incomes. To promote seaweed cultivation, I propose a multi-purpose seaweed park to be established in Tamil Nadu. We have launched the One Nation One Ration Card scheme, through which beneficiaries can claim their rations anywhere in the country. Migrant workers in particular benefit from this scheme. Those staying away from their families can partially claim their ration where they are stationed, while their family in their native places can claim the rest. I am happy to inform you that One Nation One Ration Card plan is under implementation by 32 states and UTs, reaching about 69 crores beneficiaries, that is a total of 86% beneficiaries covered. The remaining 4 states and UTs will be integrated in the next few months. To further extend our efforts towards the unorganized labor force, migrant workers particularly, I propose to launch a portal that will collect relevant information on gig building and construction workers, among others. This will help formulate health, housing, skill, insurance, credit, and food schemes for migrant workers. We will conclude a process that began 20 years ago with the implementation of the 4 labor codes. For the first time globally, social security benefits will extend to gig and platform workers. Minimum wages will apply to all categories of workers, and they will all be covered by the employees' state insurance corporation. Women will be allowed to work in all categories and also in the night shifts with adequate protection to further facilitate credit flow under the scheme of Stand Up India for SCs, STs and women. I propose to reduce the margin money requirement from 25% to 15%. Stop.